Hello, welcome to the 2017-18 virtual parents meeting for Future City. I'm Mr. Gamero, and I will try to keep this brief. This is primarily for parents that are new to Future City so that you are fully prepared for next Saturday. Just an update on what we've been doing so far. We started at the end of September, and as you know, your students have been meeting many times. We have already turned in a completed SimCity, which is a big component of the project, as well as the project plan. This Friday, teams will be submitting their finished research essay. Still to do is to memorize and refine the presentation script, practice their 7-minute presentation while showing the moving parts of their finished model, a model that is built to scale. They should be making posters that accompany the presentation, brochures for the judges, deciding on what costumes or uniforms the teams will wear. Each team has to submit one expense form that usually is done by the family that's hosting the model. Every student has to turn in a media waiver, and all of that has to be submitted before January 20th's competition day. I just wanted to thank all of you as parents for supporting this very big and challenging project, especially the families that have been hosting meetings outside of school. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. So thank you so much for doing that. Just briefly talking about Saturday, January 20th, all teams and students should arrive around 8 to 8:30 a.m. It is a full day for students. Parents, if you want to leave, that's fine. Just let me know. It's not a district-sanctioned field trip, but there's lots of students and parents milling about. And we will be at Mount St. Mary's High School in Kenmore on 3756 Delaware Avenue. That morning from 8 to 12 will be the judging period. And when I get the finished schedule, I will send that off to all of you so you know the exact time that your team is presenting. But they will be judged that whole morning from 9 until noon. So students really should be there at least for that portion. The presentation will be officially at some time there, and all family members of the team can go watch the presentation in the classroom. Then there will be lunch while the judges deliberate. The afternoon is the finalists' presentations. So the top 5 teams will be announced, and those 5 teams will present again in the auditorium. Hopefully one of our mill teams will be in the top 5. And then there will be awards, lots of special awards. And then we go home around 5 o'clock. Things to bring that day. Please make sure that all the family members on the team know who's responsible for bringing the model. I do not do that. The competition expense form should have been turned in to me before the day of the competition. It's a very good idea to prepare a model repair kit. So bring glue, paint, extra parts, things that you could repair if you had to after transporting the model. Make sure to bring all your posters or trifolds and easels that will support those. They are not supplied. So please make sure that 1 or 2 easels are being brought. A music stand could be sufficient if it's sturdy enough. I highly recommend that teams bring a tablecloth, a white tablecloth, for the table that you're provided. It just helps to make it look a little better. And then any brochures about the city that anyone that's visiting the model will get. So you want maybe 50 to 60 copies of the brochure. And then all your presentation materials, any props that you might be using. Students should bring water and snacks. It's a long day, and they usually do sell snacks. They will provide a pizza lunch for all the students. Make sure that you spend no more than $100 on parts for your model, and all of the receipts must be submitted to me with the expense form before January 16th. Just some examples of model pictures. Labeling the different parts of your model is a good idea. However, this particular model has a lot of empty space that I would encourage anyone to fill up with more detail. Here's an example of more detail. This team actually came in 3rd that year. This was a winning first place team. Again, notice all the detail. Here's an example of posters. Posters can be hand-drawn, they could be printed. If you're going to spend money on printing posters, that has to be included in the $100. Here's another example of a model. Make sure that the recycled materials you're using for the model are repurposed so that we can't immediately tell that it's a prescription bottle or a shampoo bottle, that they've been painted or cut or redesigned in some way. And then again, many of our students have enjoyed the award ceremony because they often win a special award, so please plan on having your students stay for the whole day. The presentation will happen in a classroom, and then if they're in the top 5, they'll be invited to present again on stage in front of everybody. There will be a free pizza lunch, and it's just a really long, fun, exciting day for the students who've worked very hard on this very challenging project. Your student will be coming home with a media waiver. Please sign it and have them bring it back to me so that we can have them participate. Anything else that you can do, check out the Future City website if you haven't already done so. Please consider helping out at a out-of-school meeting. Supervision is always appreciated. Check in with your child and with the other members of the team about their progress. Look at their Google Classroom page. Feel free to come to our Friday before school meeting and check in with them there. Make sure that everyone knows who's going to drive the model and also who's going to take the model home. We usually have the models on display here at Mill the following week. They only can be on display for about 3 days, and then I do need you to take them back or the custodians will throw them out. And it's a good idea to take your model back home so that you can reuse parts of it for next year. If you don't want to bring the model to Mill, that's fine. You do not have to display it. And just again, thank you so much for all your support and watching this video in its entirety. And I will see you on Saturday, January 20th at Mount St. Mary's.